A single thread of fabric can unravel a shouted alibi. In the quiet of an evidence room, under the hum of fluorescent lights, the smallest details begin to speak. A muted blue fiber, teased from a cuff, glints under the microscope. A shoe caked in wet clay from a rainless night. These are not just objects, they are the first words in a story that has yet to be told. Trace fibers prove contact. Soil chemistry shatters an alibi. A smudge of DNA reveals not just who was there, but in what direction they moved. The fresh cuts on a doorframe tell a story of force, their parallel lines a signature of a single tool. A knot tied by a left hand. A fingerprint distorted by a sliding motion, not a firm press. These quiet clues don't just place someone at a scene, they reconstruct their movements moment by moment. Beyond the crime scene, the world itself becomes a witness. A reflection in a storefront window revises a timeline. Seasonal pollen on a scarf places its owner miles from their alibi. Even a change in the garbage collection schedule can expose a lie. Our stories move at the speed of light, but they are always anchored by the slow, undeniable truths of physics and biology. But the truth is a whisper, and our own minds often provide the thunder. In a sterile hallway outside interview room 2, a witness grips a paper cup. A detective offers a leading suggestion, a red jacket, and a nod of agreement arrives a fraction of a second before the actual memory can form. A single suggestive word can become more powerful than a physical fact. A story changes as it passes through another voice. An interpreter seeking clarity turns a hesitant gesture into a decisive action. A lab report's careful inconclusive is simplified to nothing there in a final summary because simple narratives are easier to process. This is the human filter at work. Inconvenient details are not discarded with malice, but with momentum, until the small hard truths begin to feel optional.
This filter extends outward, shaping the public story. A single looped news headline, a frozen image of a face that comes to represent a whole person. In court, an expert presents a clean narrative, and through repetition, uncertainty begins to feel like fact. Our feeds reward the confident soundbite over the careful footnote, and our memory retains what it hears most often, not what is most true. That is why we must listen for the hesitations, for the words like likely, appears, or cannot exclude. We must notice the silences where evidence should be. And then we must take these human uncertainties and weigh them against the microscopic facts. We let the blue thread test the story, not the other way around. For in the contest between a famous headline and a single fiber, only one can truly hold the weight of the truth.